Hey guys, Redneck Mini 14 here, and yes, we are yet again at that point in history where a foreign dictator decides he's going to invade and try to take over another country. We're of course talking about Russia invading Ukraine and Putin trying to take the country of Ukraine for himself. Now, I don't exactly want to get into all the politics about this because I've seen a whole lot of really outlandish comments from both political parties, by the way. And I don't really want to get into that too much, but what I do want to talk about is the whole Second Amendment aspect that can be taken away from this, and that is because this whole war has basically proved why we, as a country, and really every other country out there, needs to have a Second Amendment, and not just, talking about hunting guns and things like that. We're talking about actual military style weapons, having access to them. I'm sure you've all heard that Ukraine voted to give its citizens weapons to fight the war. Now, that's great, and obviously we as Americans like to see things like that. The problem with that is that Ukraine hasn't had gun rights like we have in I don't even know how many years. I don't know if Ukraine's ever had gun rights. I don't know much about the history of Ukraine. But I do know that for a long time they haven't had the right to bear arms like we have in America. And so because of that, most of the citizens don't know how to shoot a gun, or they've never trained. There's just so much that they have been neglected about. They don't have the training that a lot of us Americans have. So in my opinion, this just proves that we as Americans need to have the Second Amendment, and we need to preserve that right for this very reason. And I've seen people, it's just really, it blows my mind that, liberals can praise Ukraine for picking up arms and fighting off the Russians, and yet they'll still criticize us as gun owners and say that we're the bad guys. We just take all their guns away. They don't need guns. We don't need guns here. I've seen people say, well, we can't compare ourselves to Ukraine. They do things differently over there in Europe than we do here. There's no reason for us to have guns. Well, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. This is the reason why we need guns. Because we have so many guns in this country is the reason why no other country has tried to invade us yet. Because there would be guns everywhere. And I'm not talking about just Grandpa Joe's double-barrel shotgun. No, I'm saying that we, and really every other country out there, needs to have access to military-style weapons like this, because, let's be real, a double-barrel shotgun, while it's better than nothing, it's better than a musket, which is what some liberals think that we should, only have access to as muskets and muzzleloaders. While it's better than that, you're not going to fight off a whole Russian army with a double-barrel shotgun. You're just not going to. In fact, it's still pretty tough to do it with something like this, AR-15, 30-round magazine, many, many 30-round magazines. Because just one is not going to be enough. Let's be real. But you stand a much, much better chance. An armed populace armed with guns like this stands a much better chance at fighting off a foreign invasion than with just double-barrel shotguns. So that is why I believe, and why most gun owners who believe in the Second Amendment believe, that we, as Americans, need to be able to have access to guns like this, and not just AR-15s. Not just having one single gun, because there's many reasons why you would want, other types of guns. Because I know there are a lot of countries out there that allow you to only have one gun. Well, that's stupid too. You should be able to have as many guns as you can afford, as you feel necessary. Have yourself a good battle rifle, good hunting rifle, good hunting shotgun, a good defensive shotgun. You need to have a backup weapon, a sidearm, possibly a backup sidearm, in case your rifle jams, or it gets lost, or it breaks. You know, you always want to have a backup. So, you know, again, the Russian-Ukraine war just proves to the whole world why the Second Amendment is so important. And that's why we as Americans need to preserve the Second Amendment as best we can, so that what's happening in Ukraine does not happen here. End of story. So, anyway, that's all I have to say about that. So, subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm Redneck Mini 14, and until next time, be safe.